This is Terrell Owens, and T.O. is saying something very real.
Oh,
it's
my God.
No, it's a discussion. Hold on, Kristine.
Really?
Hold for 1 second. That's going on in the community, among people talking about Ezekiel Elliott, in terms of young people making better choices. And I think it goes both ways with men and women. And so, again, I don't want to in any way cast aspersions on the accuser, but when I look at this Zeke situation, I see a young person. I'm asking, why are you living with someone in college? You're on a full ride scholarship at Ohio State University when this happened. You don't need a roommate. What? You're too young to be making this decision. And so I see Terrell Owens telling Zeke, and I would take it even to the woman, too young to be in this type of situation, trying to live with each other. Better choices to protect yourself. Both directions could serve young people. Again, I'm a big pump the brakes.
This has nothing to do with young people. And whenever someone starts something with, this is no disrespect towards women, you're about to disrespect women. Like 99% of the time. And really, Terrell Owens is going to say that. My suggestion is get yourself straight before you decide to date someone else. Don't blame it.
That's my point.
Don't blame it. And are we kind of blaming this on the person who accused Zeke? Really?
No, my point is exactly too young.
Why? This has nothing to do with age. It
Get
really
yourself together. I see too many young athletes trying to do too much.
Maturity and age are not the same thing.
Yeah, what Terrell Owens said is true, but it's across the board. Young, old, male, female, it doesn't really matter. If you surround yourself with the wrong people, you're going to get burned eventually. And so you have to understand and know who you are, and then you understand who you can distance yourself from and who you can bring in your inner circle. So I don't have an issue with what he said. I mean, people are going to, regardless of what he said, people are going to take it the way they want to take it and run with it. So, I mean, great advice. He's been through a lot. To your point, T.O. has been through a lot of situations. And so he has a lot of knowledge of how to get out of things. And I'm a firm believer of if you have a key to a closet that has been filled with junk and you finally emptied it out, you need to share that key to somebody else.
I don't know that he's found the key. I'm
not saying he has, but if he has.
I'm going to stick to the question because at the end of the day, I think a lot of these young guys, they get themselves caught up in thinking that they're more than they are. You know, just to be honest with you, listen, there's always red flags, and you know, the problem is they're not looking at the red flags. They got their eyes fixed on other things instead of what's really important when you're dealing with relationship. So, I mean, you just can't put yourself in this situation. Why put yourself in this situation? And this is not just advice for Zeke Elliott. This is advice for high school kids, college kids, pro athletes.
What do you mean put yourself in this situation? I want to understand that.
Put yourself in a situation. You got to understand why does somebody want me? Why is she choosing me? Why are we together?
Hold for 1 second. Hold for 1 second.
No, because
I would be asking her the exact same question in terms of she chose someone who clearly isn't ready, she needs to be pulling away and taking the same advice that Terrell Owens is talking about.
Most people, it takes time to be ready. It doesn't mean you should avoid relationships at all costs because you're not ready.
That's unrealistic. I mean,
it's unrealistic, but it would serve people best if they waited.
I'm married to my wife. I'm married to a woman who I first saw in 6th grade. We went to school together from 7th grade all the way through college. We got married at the end of our senior year or end of our junior years in college, but we had history. So there was a level of respect for what she had saw in me and what I saw in her. That doesn't mean it was all good. That doesn't mean we didn't see the flaws.
Totally agree. I just want to be clear here, because my point is this. There are people arguing like Zeke made a bad choice. I'm saying she made a bad choice. Zeke's father's on the record. This dude's immature. He's a bit of an idiot, can't handle things. The advice Owens is giving applies to her as well, and I agree with all young people. Back off these serious relationships, really get to know each other, take some time. You're not ready for anything serious till you're 30.